I'm very happy to pay this tribute to my dear friend Bucky Fuller on the centennial of his birthday. I can't believe he was born 100 years ago. I met him about 30 years ago for the first time at another centennial, that at the University of Kansas, when we were invited to the campus and we all gave talks on various subjects. Occasionally we met when I was lecturing in the United States, and once or twice I had the privilege of attending one of Bucky's own lectures, and I greatly admired the way he handled his audience and the rapport he had with them, and the way he could cope sometimes even with rude and hostile questions. Well, I was very happy when I could invite him to Sri Lanka in '78 and flew him around the island, showed him some of my favorite spots in the island. And about that time he had published his massive volume Synergetics, and I see I'm quoted, "The distilled wisdom of a lifetime." I must confess I have not read it in detail, but it is an autograph from him to Arthur Clarke, whose friendship I cherish. Buckminster Fuller, March 11, 1978, Sri Lanka. Now, there's an extraordinary, almost eerie coincidence connecting me with Bucky. As you know, I've been interested in the stationary orbit for quite a long time. In fact, this year is the 50th anniversary of my communication satellite paper. I hope to go to London for the celebrations on that, but I'm afraid my health won't permit. Well, the idea of the space elevator is what has fascinated me. Literally an elevator from the Earth's equator up to the geosynchronous orbit, so that you can send payloads up and down from Earth to space. And if we could ever build such a thing, the cost of a trip to the moon would be about $100 one way in energy, pure energy, and only $10 both ways, because you can get your energy back on the return journey, because gravity is a conservative force. Well, I wrote a book about the space elevator, setting its locale in Sri Lanka. The base would be Adam's Peak, our sacred mountain. And The Fountains of Paradise was published about 20 years ago. And this copy was actually carried in the space shuttle Atlantis, August '92, by the crew which did the first experiment, leading perhaps one day to the space elevator, lowering a payload on a tether from the shuttle. It was only partly successful because the payout mechanism jammed, but they repeated the experiment. So this was carried in the shuttle. Well, what's this got to do with Bucky? Well, I'll tell you. Obviously, the material needed to build the lower cable from the Earth's surface all the way down to the Earth's surface from 26,000 miles up has to be far stronger than anything we know now, far stronger than steel. In fact, the only theoretical material that would do it is diamond, and that's what I used in the story. Well, a couple of years ago they found the other material that would do it, and it's one of the Buckminster Fuller rings, again carbon, the tubular form of Bucky, of Fuller ring. And the scientists at Rice University who discovered it said right away, this would make possible the space elevator. So the first coincidence, the material that would make it possible is named after Bucky. But the really weird thing is this. I did a recording of The Fountains of Paradise. Remember these old LPs? And on the back, the sleeve notes were written by Bucky, and there is a sketch of the elevator stretching from Adam's Peak up to orbit. What a pity he never lived to see the discovery of the extraordinary materials which one day may make this concept a reality. Thank you, and goodbye from Sri Lanka.